Welcome back to Real Shit, where we like to talk real shit all day, every day, all for the love of movies. I am Joe, and if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do anything you can to support us. Any little bit of support or feedback would be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, I'm going to get right into it because I have a lot to cover here and not much time to cover it in. So I try to be relatively positive on this channel as much as I can be. And for the most part, I'm able to keep up with that promise. Because nobody wants to go on a channel and just see someone bitch 24/7. I like to mix it in with things that I actually care about or things that actually make me happy from time to time. Just so you know, I'm not just some angry guy on YouTube who just complains about everything. But every once in a while, things come along and they just need to be addressed. And this is one of those instances. So I go on social media almost daily, and almost daily something new is offending people. Something new is being canceled by this cancel culture that we have on social media. Whether the case be, it could be Robert Downey Jr., who recently people were calling to get canceled because he did blackface in Tropic Thunder 10 years ago, or 11 years ago at this point. There's another instance where, if you remember back a few years ago, or maybe it was a year ago, I don't know. It was like a couple years ago, but Kevin Hart got his Oscar job taken away from him because he tweeted out something that people didn't agree with, several years ago, and someone found this old tweet and he came under fire and he had to step down because he didn't want to be a distraction, which I can appreciate his move to do that, but he should have never had to do that, because sometimes people just need to hear something they don't agree with. I know that's not the way that 2020 is built. That's not the way people are built these days. Everyone has become soft. Everyone has become just unable to hear anyone else's opinion or anyone else's line of thinking. They're unable to take a joke half the time. So we have all these people who just get offended about everything and they want to cancel everything. And these are the people that are causing our entertainment to suffer. And what I mean by that is, if you are constantly worrying about what's offending people or what's going to offend people, and not worrying about things like story, the plot, the acting, whatever the case may be, these should be your first thoughts when creating anything, when trying to tell a story. But it seems like, because companies are so afraid of the outrage mob coming after them, that they preemptively do things sometimes to try to combat that, and I think the material suffers for it. And that's where we are right now. That's the current climate in entertainment, and I don't like it, to be quite honest, because it's putting a limit on creativity. It's putting a limit on the stories you can tell, because no one can just take these things as what they are. In most instances, they're just fictional stories that you watch, you soak them in. You either like it or you don't. I mean, there's different levels of quality also, obviously, but in most cases, it's just a movie or a TV show. It's just meant to be watched and observed and either appreciated or not. And then if you don't, then don't watch it again. It's that simple. But no, it doesn't stop there, because when somebody doesn't like something, they got to take it to the next level, and they got to go on social media and talk about how this is problematic. That's the word that everyone likes to use. Something's problematic. Something is offensive. Something is whatever the case may be. And now, even more so, we're having companies, like I said, come out and try to preemptively strike these things. And the most recent one now, within the past couple of days even, we've had a couple of stories about how Warner Brothers, or HBO Max, is preemptively trying to remove offensive things from entertainment. And what I mean by that is, with the Looney Tunes, for instance, with them removing the gun from Elmer Fudd and not allowing him to carry a gun any longer. And then you have the writers of that coming out and saying, well, the gun's not essential to the story. We thought it was a bigger problem because we're portraying Elmer Fudd as this, and this is their words, not mine, but they're portraying Elmer Fudd as being toxic masculinity. as a problem with the image that Elmer Fudd has had throughout the decades that he's existed. And that's where people are right now. So there's these writers who, for some reason, think that people are taking life lessons, I guess, from cartoons, or people are, I guess, going to be wrongfully influenced by cartoons. And essentially they're saying, like, I guess they believe if they remove a gun from Elmer Fudd or Yosemite Sam or Looney Tunes in general, that's in some weird way going to help put an end to gun violence. And that's just not the way things work. It's never been about that. Like, if people are going to do these horrible things in real life, they were going to do them anyway. It has nothing to do with entertainment. And entertainment, as creators, have no responsibility to the public to create something that is going to, I guess, not inspire people. Like, it's not, whatever they put out, if that inspires you to do something, then that's your choice. That's not on the companies. So if a kid sees Elmer Fudd carrying around a gun and then decides to go in and shoot up a school, that is no responsibility on WB. There's no responsibility on HBO. The responsibility falls on that kid and his parents. Whoever didn't do what they were supposed to do in raising that child properly. That's where we're at right now. Like, everyone's looking for someone to blame. Everyone's a victim. Like, that's the culture that we're in right now. And now it's going even a step further, where you have things like, and this news just came out today, how HBO Max is essentially taking Gone with the Wind off of their streaming service. They said it's not going to be off permanently. It is going to return at some point with a disclaimer. But they're taking it off because of the current climate in the country right now. And they feel like there should be some kind of, I guess, warning prior to it, disclaimer, to explain to people that this was made during a different time and there may be racially insensitive characters or events in the movie. And my only thing with that is that just the mere fact that it was made so long ago, wouldn't you automatically assume that maybe some things might be out of date? But why is it that you need to remove them? Why can't we watch them and possibly even learn from them? If you really are worried about your entertainment influencing people so much, why is it that you believe that this is going to harm the way people look at things rather than help it? Like, couldn't they watch it and see maybe that it was a lot worse back then and that things have gotten better and we can learn from that sort of thing? You have countless fans who actually love Gone with the Wind. I mean, I'm not really one of them. I've seen the movie once and I'll probably never watch it again, but there are a lot of people who like Gone with the Wind who now, I mean, most of them probably own it, but who now aren't going to be able to watch it on HBO Max because you feel that it's racially insensitive. We need to get past this point where companies are telling us what we need to watch, what we're supposed to be watching. Like, that's not up to them to decide. That's up for us to decide. There's no accountability anymore. People just push all accountability off to companies and to politicians and to whatever the case may be. And they don't take responsibility for their own feelings and their own actions. And it's now been personified in the way we consume our entertainment. And this is exactly why all the time I rag on all these streaming services, and I know people hate it, and I know they're convenient, and I know maybe you just want to call me a boomer, whatever you want to call me, but the point is that I like physical copies for this reason, because I know the physical copy that I have is always going to be there. I know it's always going to be the same. I know they're not going to edit out certain scenes because they think it's going to offend people. This is why I buy physical. This is why I collect movies. And this is why I'll continue to collect movies as long as this is the way things are operating, because I don't see this stopping anytime soon. They just had the controversy again recently where they removed a scene from Back to the Future on Netflix, or Back to the Future 2. They removed the scene where he's looking through the nudie magazine, and they removed the cover. And why? And someone noticed it and complained about it, and they wound up putting it back. But why was that even a thought to you to remove that? There's much worse things on Netflix than that. Like, you have people in full-on sex scenes in most of your shows, like, that anyone can watch. So why are you removing that scene, and why was that deemed offensive, or it needs to go? Like, it's stuff like that that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And it's just happening more and more often. And this is why I feel like we really need to look into canceling cancel culture, because cancel culture is ruining entertainment right now. They may think they're helping, they may think their hearts are in the right place and that they're all about equality, or they're all about this or all about that. The fact of the matter is they're hurting it. They're limiting the stories we're able to tell and how we're able to tell them. And I don't think that's right. I think that as a movie lover, as someone who enjoys going to the movie, or did enjoy going to the movies prior to all this, and who will enjoy to continue to go to the movies and buy movies and talk about movies, and to a person who enjoys doing all that, for someone to come in and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't use these words, you can't show that, like, you're just limiting all these amazing and creative storytellers from having endless possibilities in what they're able to do. And that's the part I just don't understand. So I don't agree with any of this right now. And again, I try to be positive on this channel, but certain things just I'm not able to look past, and this is one of them. I do not like this whole PC culture thing that we're going through in entertainment right now, and I do not like how these arrogant, manipulative little weasels, they get on social media and they just decide to attack something that happened so long ago. They just decide to take it and pick it apart and try to tear it down. And you have something like Gone with the Wind, where, yes, the woman who won the award wasn't even allowed to go to the show because of the time period it was in, but she did win an award, and she was like one of the first African American actresses to win an award for Gone with the Wind. So now her work can't be viewed by people who may have never seen it before. So you're retroactively denying her the exposure that she deserves for her performance. And that's what I don't understand. It's doing more harm than it is good, because you're limiting people on what they're able to see. So this is just a few things that have been on my mind as far as this whole PC culture, this whole cancel culture thing we have going on in entertainment, and how people just feel the need to go on social media and nitpick everything. And I think it just needs to stop. It's gotten to the point now where I'm really considering just deleting my social media altogether, because I'm just tired of looking at it. It's nothing but negativity. Nobody likes anything anymore. Everyone is just on there to hate and to trash things, and to try to take classic movies and pick them apart. And it's just, it's too much, and it's too much negativity, and I just don't care to see it anymore. And I would really appreciate it if, like, people would spread the word with this and share this video and just try to get the word out there. I mean, I know I'm not the first person to say this, but in some senses I don't think it's said enough, because it's just gone too far at this point. So yeah, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you not agree? I'm willing to discuss it with anyone, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, or if you think that certain things shouldn't be seen by today's movie-going audiences. Like, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be really interested to hear what everyone thinks. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.